Yo, it's your boy Target from Global Go Pulse. It's another day. I have here with me Daniel and Steven on the line, and we are going to talk about the Black Stars. So stay tuned, a lot coming your way. So Daniel, what was your impression about the Ghana Black Stars versus Wales game?
So I thought it was a good game for Ghana. So the first 10-15 minutes we were all over the place. But after that time, we were able to stabilize our game and we played some good game after that. One other thing is that I thought we played very well after the goal. And then until the 89th, 90th minute where they actually scored, I thought we were very good and were in the game. So for our coach, his first game, it was a very good game for him to start and to also know the key areas that he needs to improve.
All right, so going to Steven. Steven, what was your impression about the Black Stars game against Wales?
I think it was a good game. I mean, considering it was the first game of Carlos Queiroz, and for the first time I saw that we went back to 4-4-2, and so I think it was a good game. I agree with Daniel, the fact that the first few minutes were not that organized, but we came into the game after about 20 minutes, and we did what we could given what we had. So overall, I would say it was an okay game.
So let me go back to Steven. What do you think are some of the areas the coach needs to improve?
As it stands, we are very limited in terms of what we can do. We can do something in the area of tactics and system, we can do something. But in terms of personnel to man the system and the tactics, we're very limited because we have named our 26-man squad. We have submitted the list to FIFA. And so there's very little we can do at this time. We can just make do with what we have. But in terms of the deployment of the personnel, we can just vary a thing or two. The first being our left back. Not to sound hateful, but I don't think Baba Rahman is in a good position, to play as our number one left back. If you are leaving Baba Rahman for the English right wing, that's a big problem. And we are hoping that it would be Saka. And Saka against Baba Rahman is such a mismatch. And so I think that's a place. And unfortunately, like I began saying, there's not so much we can do because Derek Horn is not there. And Gideon Mensah is not all the way better either. I think our center backs, I saw some really good improvement there with Jonas Ajeti and what he did yesterday. Very impressive. Our right back, phenomenal. Senaya, gave a very good impression and gave a good account of himself. And up front, there's still a thing or two we can do. And in the middle, it looks like Partey is not himself. And we can understand why he's not himself. There's so much going through his mind. Yesterday, every time he touched the ball, the Wales fans were booing. And we heard today that the English FA is considering boycotting any initial gesture of a handshake and so on. And so all of that puts a lot of psychological pressure on Thomas Partey. And so if I am Carlos Queiroz, I would begin to see what I can do in the middle, see which personnel I can use in the middle. Up front, I think starting Kwabnedu and Jordan, it worked from the beginning and the changes worked too. So those are the little things that I would do if I'm Carlos Queiroz.
Awesome. So let's go to Danny. What areas do you think the coach can also improve going into the World Cup?
So I have issues with three main areas or three main places. So the first one is the left back. So the two options we have are Baba Rahman and Gideon Mensah. I don't think both of these players are at that level.
So what can we do?
Especially Baba, because so I thought he would have been in terms of how to track runners and stuff. I thought he would have been up there, but after the game I saw yesterday, I have no hope in Baba Rahman to
Somebody
be our
can argue that he didn't get a lot of time.
Yeah, but even with the small time that he got, so I wasn't that impressed.
Okay.
And so that area of the pitch is an issue for Ghana. So the next area is the middle of the park. So our star boy in that area, so he's not played a lot of games for his last side in Spain. So you can see that he's not that much fit, or his form is very bad. And so yesterday, after the first, I think 25 minutes, so he was struggling in the game. And so that area of the pitch, I think, is an issue, and that's like the key area for for all teams. The key area is the midfield. If it's working, then the other areas also begin to work. So that area of the pitch. So if I'm the coach, I'll be a bit worried about that area. And the last area is who is going to be our main striker. So yesterday we started with are you Jordan, are you? But again, I have issues with Jordan because I feel he's a bit slow on the ball and he destroys a lot of our attack. Like if you get an attack and you're going on a counter, I feel he's one person who holds on onto the ball for far too long. So the plan that we are going to, into this World Cup is to play or stay back and hit teams on the counter. And if your main striker is a striker that will slow the play or our ability to go up the field real fast, then that will be an issue for me. So these are the three main areas that I have with the team as of now.
Interesting. So what would be your starting lineup for the game against Panama?
Okay, so my goalkeeper will be Atizigi. I'm not starting Asare. I'm not that impressed with how he comes out, catch ball and stuff. So I'm not starting Asare. And I feel there are some few things about a goalkeeper that he doesn't have. So I'm not going to start Asare in post. So the right back will be Marvin. And the left back, I'm going to start Gideon Mensah. Because that's who we have. So the one to play the right of the defense is going to be Opon Pepra. And the other one is going to be Jerome Okuku. Now, if you come to the midfield, so I'm going to play like three midfielders.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to play Yenchi. I'm going to play the other player is Pate. And I'm going to play Laisha Wusu.
Okay.
Yeah, so because I feel our star boy, as I said in the middle, so even though he's experienced and everything, but the form and his legs are not that at the peak. So I'm going to have like two other players in there to help him. In attack, on the right, ideally I'll start with Nyama, but he just came back from an ACL injury and he's not that much fit. So I'll start with Sahaku for the meantime. But after probably after an hour or maybe after the first half, I'll take Sahaku off. Then I'll bring in Nyama. On the left, of course, our star player now is Antoine Semenyo. So that's the one who's going to start there. And then the one to start in attack or as our main striker. So I know the coach is going to start at you. He's going to start Jordan because he's the captain and everything. But up to me, I'm starting either Asante or Inaki in that role. Because I need attackers who can move, who can move behind the defense. So I'm going to start either of these two players. But I know the coach is going to start at Jordan. So this will be my first 11 for our first game against Panama.
Okay, so let me go to Steven. Steven, what will be your starting lineup against Panama?
So given the materials we have, I will go for Benjamin Asare in post. And I'll explain why I like Benjamin Asare in post. Benjamin Asare, in my opinion, has just a bit of an edge over Atizigi in that if you observe, when Benjamin Asare is in post, not a lot of balls come inside the 6-yard box. It's not by luck. It's the way he organizes his back line. He's naturally good at organizing the back line. And so he doesn't get enough, like a lot of balls coming inside the 6-yard box. And so I would definitely go for. I think Atizigi is a better shot stopper than Benjamin. But Benjamin overall is able to organize the back a little better than Atizigi. So I would go for Benjamin. On the right, I'll go for Marvin Senea. In the middle, on the left, I'll go for Gideon Mensah. I think he is a little better than Baba. Center back, I'll do a pair of Jonas Ajeti. Considering what he gave me yesterday, I think I would play him in Panama just to continue, the confidence he's brought into the center back. I'll do Jonas Ajeti and do Jerome Opoku. So a center back pair of Jonas Ajite on the right, Jerome Opoku on the left. And then I would also play, like Danny said, a three-man middle. I would take out Thomas Partey for very good reasons and, play Elisha Usu, play, what's the name? Play Elisha Usu, play Caleb Rinchi. I think Caleb Rinchi gives me something. And if, I want to put the fear of God in Panama, I can keep Thomas Partey and still play Caleb Rinchi and Elisha Usu. That gives me some type of a balance. And then up top, I will do Semenyo on the left. What's the name on the right? Fatawi Sharaku on the right, and play Naki in the middle. Maybe after 65 minutes, I'll bring on Niyama to replace Fatawi Sharaku and bring on Jordan to replace Inaki. And then maybe bring on Baba in the 80th minute to replace Gideon Mensah and see how that goes. So that would be my first 11 and possible subs.
Wow, that is an interesting starting 11. I don't know if Jordan will understand to sit on the bench, but we shall see. Alright, guys, so this is the end of this video. So let us know what you think about this starting lineup in the comment section, whether you're going to drop the captain Jordan, are you, or you start Jordan. If you have not subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button, like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Global Go Pulse, feel the pulse. Let's go!